Hello everyone, I'm Iriris. Today I'm going to talk about Detective Conan. I'll be analyzing Detective Conan's 1097th, 1098th and 1099th manga chapters today. First, let's quickly recap the happenings in these three chapters. Conan is watching the news in chapter 1097 when it all begins. The incidents that happened in the 1096th chapter are mentioned in the news. Videos captured on the phone, however, are not used in the news. Then Detective Boys wants to go to Shizuoka. But since Wakasa is sick, Wakasa and Okiya Subaru take them to Shizuoka. Yujui Katsunori, the owner of the shop they visited, is murdered in a back room. This was a quick overview of the chapters. I want to talk about this murder first. 3 people are under suspicion for the murder. These are Menda, Kayaki, and Kuriyama, the store staff. They all have motives for murder, but none of them has an alibi. When the murder happened, Kayaki went to buy pineapple juice. Kuriyama slept in the rear room. Menda went to get medicine. The murderer is revealed in the last scene of the 1098th chapter. Conan explains the murderer's identity and the tricks she used on her victim in chapter 1099. If you want to learn more about this murder and the tricks the killer used, please check out these manga chapters. But these episodes also had great developments in the main plot arc. 1. Videos that do not appear in the news. There are 2 possibilities here. M16 might have prevented it. It might have been prevented by the elderly man who appeared in the episode. This elderly man's shadow was all we could see. That's why we're not saying anything definitive about the old man. But since he has a driver, we may assume that his financial status is good. Depending on who blocked it, this issue can take a different turn. 2. Subaru and Wakasa. Wakasa pointed out that Subaru was wearing clothes that covered his neck and also that he didn't sweat in the face. I think Wakasa is currently aware of Subaru's disguise. But she's not sure who he is. In chapter 1097 as well, Wakasa stated that Subaru seemed trustworthy and familiar to her. We learn in chapter 1099 that this is about Tsutomu, not Akai. Subaru asks about Wakasa's scars on her body. We know that Subaru is investigating Asaka as well. He probably asked about the scars for that reason. 3. Wakasa and Tsutomu. We don't know how or when Tsutomu and Wakasa first met. However, as we can see from these 3 chapters, they have a good relationship. Even too good. Does Wakasa know that Tsutomu is the husband of Elena's sister? Is her dislike for Elena related to Tsutomu? We'll find out in the following chapters. Honestly, it's difficult to say at this time. 4. Wakasa and Myano Family. I had a feeling that she looks like daughter of certain woman who ruined my life. To be honest, I don't think Wakasa likes Elena. What could Elena have done? Could the apatoxin be involved in this somehow? She also only mentioned Elena again. Why didn't she say anything about Atsushi? Elena's nickname Hell's Angel and Wakasa's reference to her as the woman who ruined my life raises questions about Elena. I previously posted a video on it. Please check out the video if you want to know more about the Myano family. What does she think of Shiho? While we don't know this, we do know that Shiho doesn't feel hostile toward Wakasa. You might even say that she likes it. On the internet, people are discussing this. On the tapes that Elena left, was there any information about Wakasa? Shiho doesn't feel hostile toward him because of this. Conan only listened to the first few minutes of the tapes, as you know. So it's possible that he missed the information. To be honest, I think that Elena left information about the organization on tapes for her daughter. But that still doesn't explain Shiho's liking for Wakasa. Why would Elena tell her daughter that someone who dislikes her is a nice person? If she truly described Wakasa as a good person on the tape, it implies that the troubles with Wakasa occurred after this tape was recorded. Shiho may like Wakasa for another reason as well. But Shiho does have some knowledge about Wakasa, that is a fact. Shiho must have confidence that Wakasa won't hurt her or anybody close to her. Shiho is extremely cautious, so it is unlikely that she will make a mistake like in chapter 1098. 5. Medicine scene in chapter 1098. In spite of the fact that these chapters have many attention-grabbing scenes, I want to draw attention to this one in particular. Hibara gives details on the medication the murderer used just before the scene. Then Wakasa asks this question. Conan is really worried about this question, but Hibara doesn't seem to mind. It seems as though she wants Wakasa to be aware of her medicine knowledge. Subaru was there when this occurred. We know of Hibara's worry and dislike towards Subaru. We were aware that Hibara was slowly approaching the realization of Subaru's true identity. Looking at the situation, I'm curious how much Hibara knows. Is it all or some? For instance, she might have realized that Subaru is an FBI agent but not know that he is her older sister's ex-boyfriend. We need to wait before learning the answer to this question. Subaru didn't answer when Wakasa asked this question either. Normally, he should have corrected the fault, as Conan did. Did he notice anything about Wakasa? Of course, he might not have heard of it. In reality, there are still much too many unanswered questions. I'm very interested in learning the answers to these questions. Please let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts on the answers to these issues. That's it for today. Thanks for watching the video till the end.